Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Good
Am I
morning,
audible?
sir.
Very good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Yes. From last week, we have started unit number 3. That is cost accounting. And I hope that today we may complete this topic, unit number 3. We have solved numerical in last session, if you remember, preparation of cost sheet. And some theory part is left out. So today, my agenda is to complete that balance theory part in regards to the cost accounting. And the topic left out is different type of cost, special types of cost. So what are the special types of cost that we will be discussing after understanding the elements of cost? If you remember, in last week we have learned elements of cost. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Elements of cost we have covered, and we have also learned relevant cost and irrelevant cost. Now let me give you quickly information about relevant and irrelevant cost. The relevant cost, it is the cost which has effect on the business decision. That is a relevant cost. And irrelevant cost are those costs which do not have either a positive or a negative impact on the business decision. That is irrelevant cost. And the examples are, say, when a company pays rent to outside party. So paying rent do not have any impact, or a company if has spent amount on research and development activity. Research and development activity. So that is the example of irrelevant cost. Sometimes your research works out. Sometimes your research may not give that expected result. But that doesn't mean that you should stop your research. As a company, you have to continue research activity, because in order to understand new trends in the market, we need to conduct survey. And sometimes whatever information we collect through survey, that doesn't work out. So do you think that we should not go for survey whenever we launch a product? What do you think? What is your logic? Suppose if particular survey doesn't work out, do you mean that we should not conduct any survey because we don't get anything out of this survey? Does it happen?
No, sir.
No. Still, company, they conduct survey because they want to explore new horizons for their market. They have hope somewhere that we may get some new customer, and maybe existing customer, if they have changed their liking pattern. So their company is serious to know their liking pattern. So that thing is also there. So that is why research and activity, sometimes it may have positive impact, sometimes it may have negative impact also, but that doesn't change your business decision. Management will decide that yes, we have to have a survey. So that is known as irrelevant cost. Irrelevant cost. So are you clear with this concept, irrelevant cost? Now,
Yes.
now different type of cost. Let me discuss with you. Different type of cost.
उठ रहा हूँ.
Different type of cost. Say different type. Say direct and indirect cost. Again, we have discussed while completing elements of cost. Direct cost and indirect. Direct cost. It is the cost which is directly associated with the product. That is known as direct cost. Maybe in MCQ, multiple choice of question, you may be asked this kind of say question. Direct cost. So direct cost, it is the cost which can be identified from the given product and which become integral part of that product. That is known as direct cost. And indirect cost, it is the cost which assist for production activity, that is known as indirect cost, which is not a direct part of your production activity, but it helps for manufacturing purposes. And the examples are like say cotton, oil, some chemical are the example of indirect cost, which is not directly associated with the product, but indirect way it is assisting for smoothing your manufacturing activity. That is known as indirect cost. So after a discussion of direct cost and indirect cost, the next cost is fixed cost. Again, this fixed cost and variable cost we will be learning in the next unit also, unit number 4, that is in marginal costing. But again in cost sheet also, it is mentioned in the syllabus that different type of cost. Now let me explain you fixed cost. Fixed cost, it is the cost which remains fixed at all level of operations, which is constant at all level. That is known as fixed cost. Again I repeat, fixed cost which is constant at all level. Say for example, rent, whatever rent we pay for the premises, whether your company achieves the highest amount of sale or lower amount of sale, still you need to pay rent to your landlord. That is the example of fixed cost. Do you think so? Suppose if your company do not achieve the sales target, can you ask your landlord to reduce the amount of rent, or can you request your landlord to waive off the rent amount? Will he honor your request? Will he accept your request?
No, sir.
No, never. Because in outside practical market, they will not listen this kind of things. They may say, sir, we have agreement about this much rent, you have to pay. And even if you achieve your targeted sale, in that case, if your landlord asks more rent for that particular month, will you pay more rent to your landlord? In that case, will you pay more rent? If your company has achieved targeted sale, and now your company is happy, and now your landlord is asking more rent of that premises. So if you are a management of that company, do you think is it possible? Will you pay more rent? Yes.
No, sir.
Why not? You have achieved your targeted sale, so why not to pay more rent?
We need to pay only a agreed price at the time of agreement, what we have agreed.
Yes, very correctly mentioned that we need to pay the amount which is agreed upon by both the parties. Accordingly, you have to pay. If you become default, then the action will be taken. Otherwise, that is not related to the lower sale or higher sale. So whatever amount is decided, that has to be paid. So this is the example of fixed cost. Another example, salary paid to the permanent employees. Now most of the companies, you know that they have to have permanent employees with them. There are two type of employees, permanent and temporary, as you are also aware. Temporary employees, whenever there is more demand, company hire more employees. Whenever there is uh, less demand, that time then company reduces their labor force. Company reduces their employee, some temporary employee. They may ask, dear, from tomorrow you need not to report to work. We will call you. That time you have to come. So simply they reduce their employees. Even you might have heard in last 2 years, we have been facing this pandemic situation. So most of the small scale companies, even companies, large scale companies, they have closed their some operations and they have reduced their employees. But again, this company, they also have appointed permanent employees, and these permanent employees have been working with them from last 20 years, maybe 25 years, 10 years. So such employees, uh, company cannot ask them that to not to report to work. Even if they are not reporting to work or if they are working from home, still company will have to pay salary to them. So salary paid to the permanent employees could be example of fixed cost. It is an example of fixed cost. Now another cost is variable cost. Variable cost. Now variable cost, it is the cost which changes according to the level of production. If you hire your production, you have to spend more on variable cost. If you lower uh, production, then variable cost will be lower. And if you continue the same production, then variable cost will be constant. That is the example of variable cost. That is the explanation of variable cost. Let me give the example of variable cost. As I stated, example for fixed cost, that is salary paid to the permanent employees, or rent paid to the landlord. That is example of fixed cost. Now what are the examples of variable cost? So the example for variable cost is material. Now suppose if your company has planned to produce 1000 numbers of table, 1000 number of table. So we know the size of table because there are standard sizes of table. Am I correct? Table size are standard normally, office table size. Yes or no? The length of table, width of table.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So accordingly, you will have a measurement of table, and suppose if your company has planned to produce 1000 tables, so that much plywood, that much wood will be purchased from the market. Suppose in next month there are lower demand, less demand. Now company has decided to manufacture only 500 tables. So naturally the material will come to the 50% down, because in last month you have produced 1000 tables. Now next month you are planning for production of 500 tables. So immediately there will be reduction of 50% in material. So the, this way you need to explain if in examination, if you are asked variable cost. So do remember the example, that is material cost. So I hope now you understood fixed cost, variable cost, and maybe whenever we start next unit, that is unit number 4, maybe from tomorrow, then again we will be discussing more about variable cost and fixed cost. But for unit number 3, you need to remember the meaning of these two costs. What is fixed cost and what is variable cost, and the example. How it plays role, that we will be learning in next unit. So why I am sharing this information? This is the linking of previous knowledge with the next topic. So please remember, whenever we learn any minute detail of accounts and costing, you need to understand that there is a linking with the next chapter. And again, it becomes easy for you to understand. Once you understand the concept, then you can utilize this concept for another chapter also, another unit. So this way, it will help you. So this was about fixed cost and variable cost. Now, let me discuss with you the special type of cost. Special type of cost. Special type of cost number one, differential cost. Differential cost. Differential cost is also known as incremental cost. I repeat, differential cost is also known as incremental cost. In some book, you will find word incremental cost. It is one and the same thing. Now, what is differential cost? Differential cost, it is the cost between the cost of two best alternative. Now, what happen in business? There are several options or ideas are available. If you want to do one activity, there may be 2-3 alternatives come out. Let me give you the example of, say, if you would like to have sales promotion activity, sales promotion. Now, if you all are working with a company and the company is asking you, dear, you all are MBA students, now can you give me the idea for sales promotion activity? So, may I get an idea from you how we can conduct sales promotion activity? What are the ways and means? Yes. How we can proceed with this sales promotion? Yes, please. Have you understood my question? Hello, may I audible?
हो सर.
तर माझा प्रश्न समजला का तुम्हाला? Have you understood my question? आपल्याला कंपनीचं सेल्स प्रमोशन करायचंय, तर कशा पद्धतीने करता येईल सेल्स प्रमोशन? काय आयडिया आहे का तुमच्याकडे? एनी आयडिया डू यू हॅव?
Sir, Nikhil is here.
Yes, Nikhil.
Organize the event.
Yes, Nikhil, you are correct. So you will suggest company that organize a particular event, and in that event, then what you want to share with the event? Maybe
In this
you
event,
will- yes, sorry for the interruption. Yes, Nikhil.
in this event, we are providing all these informations of product and services, and
Okay.
people know what types
Right.
of this product and services.
So people will come to know what type of product and services our company has. Now, now in this event, now Nikhil, can you tell me what are the likely expenses to be incurred if you go for organizing event? What are the expenses you will suppose if your manager asks you, management asking you, what are the expenses and what are the detail of activity? So can you share me what expenses will be there for organizing event, or it is a cost free activity? There is no any cost, there are no expenses. Is there expenses or there are expenses for organizing event?
Expense.
Expenses are
Here,
there. Okay.
expenses.
So what are the expenses?
Means
Maybe organizing event, you require a pendol, mandap takawa lagel, pendol, or if any event management company is there, so you will take a help of a event management company. So company will have to pay charges to that event management company. ते जागेचं काही भाडं असेल जिथं तुम्हाला इव्हेंट ऑर्गनाईज करायची आहे, एक्झिबिशन असेल, असं काही नाही, तिथं पोस्टर लावावं लागतील आपल्याला, पोस्टर, वी हॅव टू डिस्प्ले अवर पोस्टर, so the poster expenses. Then as you said Nikhil, then we will give information about our product. So giving information about your product, then you have to have your trained salespersons, those who can give proper information to the customer. Am I correct?
yes, sir.
So this is the thing. Now this is one idea, organizing event. You want to have a sales promotion activity, so organizing event, because your target is to achieve more and more sale of your product. This is my question. So one answer I got, one idea I got from Nikhil, that to organizing event. Any other student who can give another suggestion, because I am here to explain you differential cost. So that is why I'm asking. And a second idea, anyone has?
Sir, maybe they will give advertisement on every festival, because people like to see the advertisement, the
Correct.
eye-catching view.
Correct. So Anurag has Anurag, no? Anurag?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes. Now Anurag has given idea that to go for advertisement. Advertisement. Now advertisement, and earlier Nikhil has given idea of organizing event. Now these are the two ideas. Now uh, definitely these two idea will have different cost. Am I correct? Idea number one, organizing event, and idea number two, that is advertisement. Do you think that both will have same expenses, same amount?
No, sir.
No, it is not possible, same amount. So maybe idea number one, just for your understanding purpose, if idea number one, organizing event, if it is costing, say 3 lakhs of rupees for company, okay, 3 lakhs of rupees, and idea number two, that is giving advertisement, as Anurag has mentioned, if it is costing, earlier idea is costing say 3 lakh of rupees, and idea number two is costing say 5 lakhs of rupees advertisement. Now 5 lakhs and 3 lakhs, the difference between these both ideas are good from the management point of view. Management is appreciating your idea, even Arunag idea advertisement and the Nikhil idea organizing event, both ideas are good. But now here management will see what is the both ideas are best, but the differential cost, the cost between the two differential two best alternative. Here we have two best alternatives: organizing event and number two, advertisement. So the difference between 3 lakh and 5 lakh, it is 2 lakh. So differential cost for sales promotion activity is 2 lakhs of rupees. This is known as differential cost. As I told you, the technical meaning, if you are asked in examination, what do you mean by differential cost? Do mention differential cost. It is the cost between the two best alternative. The cost between the two best alternative. And as I give the example, I hope now you might have understood what is differential cost. Any doubt for differential cost?
No, sir.
Good. Now we are trying to understand special type of cost. So we completed differential cost. Now the second special cost is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. Now what is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost, it is the cost which is forgone or which is sacrificed by company or individual. Opportunity cost, it is the cost which is foregone or sacrificed by company. So this is the technical meaning of opportunity cost. But if I give you a relevant example, I am sure then it will be easy for you to understand. So opportunity cost, it is a cost which is sacrificed to do something else. To do something else. Why we are having sacrifice? Because we want to do something else. Again, I repeat, opportunity cost, it is the cost which is foregone or sacrificed to do something else. To do something else. Now, uh, let me take your own example. Now, suppose you, all of you, when you decided maybe 6 months back or 1 year back to do MBA, to go for MBA. Now, may I ask you, anyone can answer, when you decided to go for MBA, now today it is 31st January. So can you tell me the approximate month and year when you decided to go for MBA? Now today is January 2022. Yes, please. May I know from your side when you decided that you want to go for MBA? Any approximate month, if you remember? I'm sure all of you must have some thought in your mind. असं कधीच होत नाही की अचानक MBA ला तुम्ही आलात. तुम्ही काहीतरी कधीतरी ठरवलं असणार, एक 4 महिने आधी, 6 महिने आधी, वर्षभर आधी. Yes, please. When did you decided?
A half of a year ago.
Yeah, okay. Now about Anurag is saying that about 6 months ago he had a thought to go for MBA. Now when this thought came to your mind, Anurag, now my further question to you, what were the other streams you decided, if not MBA, maybe for some other courses? Yes, Anurag. Now this question to particularly Anurag.
Can you please repeat the question, sir?
Now, as you said me that half year ago you decided to go for MBA. Okay. Now, while deciding to go for MBA, you might be having some another thought. If you don't get, you might have tried for some other courses also, or maybe some other activity. It was like that, or only MBA?
No, sir, only MBA.
Only MBA. But Anurag, don't you think, suppose if there is Mr. Suresh, Suresh, he was a BCom. Now after BCom, he had an option to go for MBA, and another option he was having to go for MCom. Is it possible or not for Suresh case? It is not in your case because you decided MBA, but in regards to the Suresh was having two options, either to go for MCom or to go for MBA. असं होऊ शकतं की नाही? होऊ शकतं.
Yes, sir, he has both the options.
Now he has both. Now, but Suresh cannot exercise both the options simultaneously. He cannot go for both the options simultaneously. The reason is that university is not allowing to pursue two postgraduate degree at a simultaneously. हा रूल तुम्हाला माहित असेल. असं 2 डिग्री 2 पोस्ट ग्रॅज्युएशन एका वेळेला करता येतात का? एकाच वेळेला? कारण तुम्हाला तुमचे ओरिजिनल डॉक्युमेंट द्यावं लागतात ना कुठेतरी एका ठिकाणी. बरोबर की नाही?
Yes, sir.
So simultaneously you cannot go. Now suppose if Suresh has finally decided to MBA to go for MBA. So MCOM he has sacrificed. He has forgone MCOM. त्याने MCOM न करण्याचा निर्णय घेता ना म्हणजे त्याग केला ना MCOM न करायचा. बरोबर ना?
हो sir.
म्हणजे MBA ला opportunity cost काय आहे? In case of Suresh, MBA's opportunity cost is MCOM. अजून एक तुम्हाला मी दुसरं एक्झाम्पल देतो. Now suppose there is Mr. A. Let me tell you the technical meaning of opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, it is the cost which is sacrificed, which is forgone. म्हणजे ज्या गोष्टीचा आपण त्याग केलेला आहे, त्याग, सॅक्रिफाईस, त्याला म्हणतो आपण ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी कॉस्ट. आता एक अजून एक्झाम्पल मी देतो. सपोज मिस्टर ए is having rupees 10 lakhs with him. Now, Mr. A has two options to invest this rupees 10 lakh in a business and earn 16% rate of return. Invest in a business and earn 16% rate of return. Okay. Now, another option. Mr. A has to keep this 10 lakhs rupees with some bank and earn say 6% rate of return. 6% rate of return. Now, Mr. A, if he is ready to take risk, because तुम्हाला माहिती आहे बिझनेस म्हणजे थोडे रिस्क फॅक्टर आलाच ना, कारण तिथं तुम्हाला रिटर्न पण जास्त आहे. How much return he will get if he goes for business? Mr. A, what are the rate of return? Yes. What is the rate of return? If Mr. A
16%. 16%.
16%, yes, 16%. And if Mr. A keeps his amount in a bank and earns rate of interest, what is the rate of interest he will get?
6%.
6%. Okay, 6%. Now, if Mr. A is ready to accept risk factor, so he is going for business. Okay, so not to keep amount in a bank deposit and to invest in a business and earn 16%. Now, to earn 16% rate of return, so their opportunity cost is 6% because he has not invested in a bank. So 6% he is sacrificing. The other way, vice versa. If Mr. A is not ready to accept this, he wants to keep his money in a safe manner. So naturally, if he is going for safetyness, naturally he will keep his amount in a bank and will earn 6% rate of interest from the bank. So by not doing business, that is to earn 16% ROI and to keep money in a bank deposit. So for Mr. A, if he is going for bank deposit, then 16%, that is to start a business, will be the opportunity cost for Mr. A. Will be the opportunity cost for Mr. A. Now you will be wondering, sir, why this kind of cost we consider in cost accounting? So basically, this term has come from the economics. In economics, you have that subject also, LAB, legal aspect, economic analysis for business decision. Economic analysis for business decision, EABD. Are you studying this subject?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you are studying that subject. Now in economics, I just would like to, already you are studying that subject and that faculty might be giving you several ideas in this discussion that we have scarcity of resources. There is always scarcity of resources, and out of that available things, we have to choose appropriate thing. That is nothing but the economics. In economics, there is always scarcity. There is a scarcity, and out of that, you have to choose appropriate or suitable option for you. Now, while choosing suitable option or appropriate action, in that case, you have to sacrifice the other options. So, from the economic point of view, this opportunity cost is being considered. I hope you understood the meaning and example of opportunity cost. Followed opportunity cost.
Yes, sir.
Now, the third and last special cost is sunk cost. SUNK, sunk cost. Now, what is sunk cost? Sunk cost, it is retrospective cost, which is already incurred and nothing can be done. If you are asked in the examination, what is sunk cost? Please do remember, sunk cost, it is the cost which is already incurred and nothing can be done and which cannot be recovered. ती आपल्याला वसूल पण नाही करता येणार. परत मी एकदा सांगतो, sunk cost म्हणजे अशी कॉस्ट की जी ऑलरेडी होऊन गेलेली आहे आणि आता मॅनेजमेंट त्याच्यावरती काही करू शकत नाही, जी होऊन गेलेली घटना आहे. नथिंग कॅन बी डन आणि ती आपल्याला वसूल पण करता येणार नाही, विच कॅनॉट बी रिकवर्ड. दॅट इज नोन ॲज sunk cost. Did everyone understand the meaning of sunk cost? Sunk cost, it is the cost which is already incurred, nothing can be done and cannot be recovered. Did everyone understand this meaning of sunk cost?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me give you the example of sunk cost. Now, sunk cost example is say depreciation expenses. Now, whatever depreciation is being shown to your profit and loss account, because we have learned in unit number 2, charging depreciation on different kind of assets. I will not again have more discussion on that, but you all are aware what is depreciation. Now, whatever amount of depreciation, it is being charged to your profit and loss. Now it is being shown. Now, after 5 years, if you feel that this depreciation amount is was lower or this depreciation amount was higher, now nothing can be done. It is charged. It means it is over now. Nothing can be done. Even if you change your manager, even if you change your management, even that management cannot change that depreciation amount, because it is already being shown in the balance sheet, in previous balance sheet, and now nothing can be done and it cannot be recovered also. That is the example of sunk cost. Another example, in IT company, generally in information technology company, whatever sometime whenever they go for a challenging project, if there is a challenging project from offshore, then IT company, they appoint project manager, a person who is having high skill about that project. They hired such a manager, and company pays them a heavy salary, very fat salary to the project manager. And once the project is completed, now whatever salary we have paid to the project manager, and now project is completed, organization who has given project to your company, they have also made payment to your company and everything is settled. Now, after 2 years, if you started feeling that unnecessary we have paid this much salary to this project manager, we should have paid this less salary. Now, can you recover that salary from that project manager now? Can we recover?
No, sir.
We cannot. And if you ask that manager, then he will say, sir, it is not possible now. I have spent that salary, and legally it is also not possible. Legally also not possible. Legally, illegally, both way it is not possible. So this is the example of sunk cost, depreciation, salary paid to the project manager are the example of sunk cost. So please do remember the meaning of opportunity cost, differential cost, and sunk cost. Again, this sunk cost is linked with the irrelevant cost. Irrelevant cost. Now, before start of the session, I explain you the meaning of irrelevant cost. Will anybody share me the meaning of irrelevant cost? What do you mean by irrelevant cost? Because sunk cost is the part of irrelevant cost. As I told you that one concept, it is linked with another concept, and then the same concept is also linked with the next unit also. So this way we have to have a network in our mind. Now, will you tell me what do you mean by irrelevant cost? Yes, please. What is irrelevant cost? विसरलात का?
It is the cost which is not affected by management decision. Therefore, it is ignored. The main.
Irrelevant cost is the cost which do not affect on the management decision. Which do not affect on the management decision. Either पॉझिटिव्ह और निगेटिव्ह. पॉझिटिव्ह पण त्याचा परिणाम होते, निगेटिव्ह पण नाही होत. दोन्ही दृष्टीने मॅनेजमेंट डिसिजनवरती त्याचा काही परिणाम होतो. त्याला म्हणतो आपण इररिलेव्हंट कॉस्ट. आपण म्हणतो ना काय इररिलेव्हंट गोष्टी आहेत त्या. देर इज नो रिलेव्हन्स. त्याला काही म्हणजे समर्पक नाही आहे. असमर्पक मराठीमध्ये त्याला म्हणतो आपण असमर्पक, इररिलेव्हंट. त्याचा काही विचार करून उपयोग नाही. दॅट इज वाय संक कॉस्ट इज असोसिएटेड विथ द इररिलेव्हंट कॉस्ट. संकचा अर्थ काय मराठीमध्ये? संक, SUNK. संक म्हणजे काय बरं?
काही.
संक,
बुडीत त्याने.
हा, बुडीत म्हणजे बुडालं. ते बुडालं, जे बुडालं आपण म्हणतो ना, झालं गेलं गंगेला मिळालं, अशी म्हण आहे ना. आपण मराठीत म्हणतो झालं गेलं गंगेला मिळालं. आता त्याच्यावर विचार करून काय उपयोग? म्हणून त्याचं नाव आहे ते संक कॉस्ट. संक कॉस्ट. ते बुडाला, आता झालं ते त्याचं, आता विसर्जन करा त्या गोष्टी. त्याचं सगळं विसर्जन करा, मला तर काढून टाका. त्याचा काही उपयोग नाही. आता डेप्रिसिएशन तुम्ही भूतकाळामध्ये काय दाखवलं, आता आपण त्याच्यावर काहीच करू शकत नाही. आता इथून पुढे काय करायचं त्याच्यावर विचार करा. पण मग तुम्ही म्हणाल की मग सर एवढा सगळा काथ्याकूट कशाला करायचा, आपण हे संक कॉस्ट कशासाठी समजून घ्यायचं? या संक कॉस्ट मुळे जर का असं डिस्कशन मध्ये तुमच्या लक्षात आलं की याच्यामुळे तुमचा असं लॉस झाला, असं जर तुमच्या लक्षात येत असेल, तर मग तुम्ही ते अवॉइड करू शकता. म्हणजे डेप्रिसिएशन मुळे, किंवा तुम्ही एखाद्या मॅनेजरला खूप हेवी सॅलरी दिली, त्याची ही जर तुमची आता ही चूक होऊन गेली कंपनीकडनं, आता झालं ते, आता काय करायला पाहिजे आपण? आता नवीन मॅनेजर हायर करताना, प्रोजेक्टवरती हायर करताना, किंवा नवीन डेप्रिसिएशन त्या असेटवरती लावताना तुमची पद्धत बदलावा, मेथड बदलावा, डेप्रिसिएशन मेथड. तर ह्या गोष्टी त्याच्यातनं आपल्याला कळू शकतात. फ्युचर डिसिजन घेताना संक कॉस्टचा तिथं उपयोग होतो. जर तुम्हाला कोणी विचारलं इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये की संक कॉस्ट आपण काय विचार केला पाहिजे, तर संक कॉस्टचा विचार आपण यासाठी केला पाहिजे की फ्युचर मध्ये आपल्याला काय करता येईल, ही कॉस्ट आपल्याला कशी कमी करता येईल. ज्या गोष्टी पास्ट मध्ये घडल्यात त्या दुरुस्त करण्यासाठी आपल्याला त्याचा उपयोग होतो. हा, एवढाच काय त्याचा विचार इथं संक कॉस्टच्या बाबतीत होतो. समजलं का? Did you follow please? Sunk cost. कारण फ्रॉम द theory questions point of view, these costs are asked in examination, either sunk cost or opportunity cost or differential cost. तर मी जे तुम्हाला एक्झाम्पल सांगितले, प्लीज डू रिमेंबर दिस एक्झाम्पल, or if you have your own example, if you understood this theory thoroughly, you can also quote your example. So before we close this unit number 3, now I am asking you, do you have any doubt or query in regards to the unit 3 in preparation of cost sheet, then various terms of cost, various types of cost, elements of cost accounting objective, advantages, हे आपण सगळं आता गेल्या एक आठवड्यापासून आपण शिकतोय. तर याच्यावरती तुम्हाला कोणाला काही विचारायचं आहे का? काही डाऊट असेल तर प्लीज विचारा. बिफोर वी क्लोज टू द युनिट नंबर 3. काही असेल तुम्हाला लहान मोठी शंका असेल तर आताच विचारा सेशन मध्ये. आय एम हिअर टू एक्सप्लेन यू. मी तुम्हाला मागच्या सेशन मध्ये पण बोललो होतो की कॉस्ट शीटवर जर तुम्हाला आता काय असेल तर विचारा, किंवा इव्हिनिंगला तुम्ही परत एकदा कॉस्ट शीट बघा, आणि काही तुम्हाला विचारायचं असेल तर तुम्ही तुमचा डाऊट विचारू शकता पुढच्या सेशन मध्ये. हे तुम्हाला आठवत असेल तर बोललो होतो बघा. So anything you would like to ask about unit number 3? काय कोणाला विचारायचं का युनिट नंबर 3 वर? येस प्लीज.
सर अजून 1 किंवा 2 सम घेतले तर प्रॅक्टिसला बरं होईल.
ओके, अजून 1 किंवा 2 सम घ्यायच्यात का प्रॅक्टिस साठी?
हा, येस सर.
ओके, अजून एनिथिंग एल्स? अदर स्टुडंट प्लीज. अजून कोणाला काही विचारायचं आहे का? आता एक मला सजेशन मिळाले की अजून 1-2 किंवा सम घ्या, तर आपण अजून 1 किंवा 2 सम घेऊया कॉस्ट शीट वरती.
सर किती मार्क्सला येतं कॉस्ट शीट बनवायला पेपर मध्ये?
10 मार्काला, 10 मार्क्स. आणि प्रत्येकाने हा जो युनिट नंबर 3 आहे त्याची तयारी करा, कारण सोपा आहे तसा. पुढचा पण युनिट नंबर 4 सुद्धा तो पण तसा सोपाच आहे. फॉर्म्युला बेस आहे तो पण, फॉर्म्युला बेस. तोही म्हणजे कॉमर्स स्टुडंट असू दे किंवा नॉन कॉमर्स स्टुडंट, सगळ्यांनी ते सम सोडवायचे आहेत. म्हणजे तुम्हाला तिथं आउट ऑफ आउट मार्क्स मिळण्याची पॉसिबिलिटी वाढते, शक्यता जास्त आहे तिथं पूर्ण मार्क मिळण्याचे. त्यामुळे कुणीही ऑप्शनला ठेवू नका. आणि खूप सोपे आहेत तसे. आता तुम्ही कॉस्ट शीट मध्ये बघितलं असेल की एक ते 5 हेड आहेत. ते 5 हेड जर का तुम्ही ते 1 बाय 1 जर का ते इंडिकेट केले तर इट बिकम्स इझी टू सॉल्व कॉस्ट शीट. आता उद्याला काय करा माहितीये का, मी तुम्हाला म्हणजे एक न्यूमरिकल डिटेक्ट करेन, तसं तुम्ही ते कागदावरती लिहून घ्यायचं. फार छोटं न्यूमरिकल मी घेणार मुद्दाम, जे असं एक्झामिनेशन मध्ये पण येऊ शकतं आणि तुमची प्रॅक्टिस पण होऊ शकते. तर सगळ्यांनी ऑनलाईन क्लास अटेंड करण्याच्या आधी एक कागद आणि पेन जवळ ठेवा. मी सांगेन त्याप्रमाणे लिहून घ्या पटापट आणि मग त्याची आपण प्रॅक्टिस करू. ते आपण सॉल्व्ह करू. आता आपण हे आजचं लेक्चर संपण्याच्या आधी मला एक विचारायचं आहे. परवा आपण एक न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व्ह केलं, त्याच्यामध्ये प्रॉफिट काढला होता. प्रॉफिट काढला होता 20% प्रॉफिट. म्हणजे आपल्याला कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल मिळाला, पण सेल अमाऊंट मिळाली नव्हती. तरी त्याच्यावर आपण सेल अमाऊंट काढली, कारण प्रॉफिट मार्जिन दिलं होतं. किती टक्के दिलं होतं प्रॉफिट मार्जिन, आठवतं का त्या? तुमच्याकडे जर तो कागद असेल आता तर
20%.
20% होता. तर ते तुम्ही क्रॉस चेक केलं का 20% येते का ती अमाऊंट, आणि किती अमाऊंट होती ती अमाऊंट किती होती? हाऊ मच दॅट अमाऊंट, हाऊ मच वॉज दॅट अमाऊंट? त्याचं सोल्युशन आहे का तुमच्या समोर? मी सांगतो तुम्हाला. दॅट आय थिंक द अमाऊंट वॉज 47,000 25 समथिंग. आणि ती प्रॉफिट अमाऊंट कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्सला ऍड केल्यानंतर मग शेवटी काय मिळालं आपल्याला? कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स प्लस दिस अमाऊंट 47,000. काय मिळतं मग नंतर? व्हॉट वी गेट? सेल्स. हा. तर आता हे सेशन संपल्यानंतर ते सेल्स अमाऊंट जी मिळाली ना, त्याच्यावरती फक्त क्रॉस चेक करा. क्रॉस चेक करा. 20% काढून बघा, ती 47 येते का काही वेगळी येते. अशा पद्धतीने पण तुम्ही एक्झामिनेशन मध्ये सॉल्व्ह करताना क्रॉस चेक करू शकता. म्हणजे कुठं आपलं पर्सेंटेज चुकायला नाही पाहिजे. तेवढ्यासाठीच मी तुम्हाला म्हणजे तो पॉईंट त्या दिवशी सांगायचा राहिला. सो दॅट इज वाय आय एम जस्ट आय रिमेंबर वाय नॉट टू शेअर विथ यू दिस इन्फॉर्मेशन. तर ऑलरेडी यू हॅव सेल्स अमाऊंट. Of that sales amount, just calculate 20% and just recheck whether your profit amount is same or it is different. If it is different, मग समजायचं की काहीतरी चुकलंय आपलं. If it is same, then you assume that it is correct. So just recheck. प्रत्येकाने ते recheck करा. Okay? Hello?
Yes.
हो
हा,
सर.
recheck करा. Okay then. So today we will end our session, and tomorrow we will have one more numerical on cost sheet. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.